Okay, so here we are at 810 Brown Street in Bettendorf, Iowa, and I'm standing on the front porch of this property, and it's a screen porch. They've got screens in place, and they appear to be in good shape. And these are the types of screens that you can actually remove. If you can see that latch there, they've got latches all along here. Uh, I had those on my porch. I frankly don't like screens. My feeling is if you want to get rid of the bugs, put a nice ceiling fan up there instead of that light fixture and control them that way. It appears that they might, on occasion, maybe have gotten some sun, some intense sun, because they've got this thing hanging up here. Now, this ceiling is what they call a car side ceiling. And it's pretty typical to see this, and usually this is where you usually see a lot of wear from if the roof hasn't been taken care of. And this just needs to be, this is a good example of, you've got some lead-based paint there, use paint remover, restain, you should be good to go. This is I think this is a form of composite type of siding. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's wood, but it appears to be in good shape. Oh, we've got a kitty right there. I think we've got a feral cat. He's looking kind of scraggly. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So I'm going to take you outside here. This is one of my favorite subdivisions. It's downtown Bettendorf. And we're going to pan around here so you can get a look at the neighborhood here. Hopefully this cat doesn't attack me. So a couple of things here. Here's your neighbors here to the side. This would be kind of like, this is like a poor man's McClellan Heights in Davenport, which is actually adjacent to this area. So you can see here, McClellan Heights, in case you guys aren't aware, McClellan Heights has some classic architecture. And when you're looking across the street here, you see this home, and then you've got this beautiful brick ranch on the corner, and then this story and a half. The sunlight is a lot of glare, so it may be difficult for you to pick that out. But it's really nice. I'm going to give you a look here at the area up and down the street. And then what we've got here is a terrace for the subject. From the front, the roof looks really good. And you can see a lot of the other roofs have all newer shingles, which isn't a surprise. One of the things that I've got a bit of a problem with, we've got this big old tree here that appears to be on its last legs. And then you've got this tree that is the neighbor's tree, and it is touching the subject property. I do not like that. And frankly, I'd be trimming that stuff back. Now the other thing is, you'll notice this terrace here, and they had some plantings in here of some, I'm not sure what they were trying to do there, but this terrace, the best thing you can do would be to plant some grasses or something like that on it and make it somewhat decorative. But it's always going to have to be dealt with. My terrace is actually has more, it's got more fall than that. These steps are crooked, so maybe mud jacking could be a solution for those. I'm not sure. Let's walk around the house here. We've got gutters, and we've got aluminum soffits and fascia, so that's good. And we'll kind of look around. Looks like they cut all their I think those could have been some type of planting there. all this siding appears to be some form of composite siding, and so you definitely oh no, that's aluminum there. So inside in that porch it was aluminum. I think this, it was composite. On the outside, this is actually an aluminum siding that I think has been painted before. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. A little bit of effervescence, but not much. This is where they have a high efficiency furnace that's got an exhaust going out. The windows look really good, and this looks like it's got a broken seal above here. But I will tell you, I've already been inside for a quick walk through the main floor, and they do have window world windows, and I love those things. I've got a bunch of them in my house, and they've been a really good replacement window for my 104-year-old house. So here we are at the back, and I'm going to try to stay out of the glare of this sun somehow, so you can get kind of an idea of what the backyard looks like. Now when you look at your detail, they've got 10 foot, period. 10 foot on this lot. So I don't know, I hope this thing is like 9 foot or whatever. But the bottom line is that this lot comes over here, and then it's 10, I believe it's like 10 by 50 if I'm not mistaken, going straight back to the alleyway. So the garage is really nothing to write home about, but that is a concern of mine, having to negotiate that. You might be better off tearing the garage down, but I don't know where you'd put another garage is the problem. So on the back side of this house, because of the glare of the sun, I can't really tell, but the flashing around the chimney looks newer. So I guess I've got some confidence in that. And let's take a look at this air conditioner here to see if we can find any kind of indicator. Now here's where you can read serial numbers, and then as long as you can read the serial number, a lot of times you can get the age of the unit. So I'm going to give you a good look at that. And it looks like 4 of 2013 is when that thing was manufactured. Let's go around over here. And this is a radon mitigation system that's in place. And I don't know if you can hear the fan, but they've got a shut-off down here. That's the first thing you always want to look for, is to see if that thing is on, because maybe some kid would have turned it off. I had a client where his 4-year-old kept turning it off, which doesn't really do any good if you've got a concern about radon. This would be relatively easy to trim back, so I mean that wouldn't be a huge problem. And actually you'd probably be able to maybe have better growth here, because you don't have good growth as far as your grass and stuff like that. So one thing to keep in mind. Now one thing that I'm looking at right here, if you look up there real close, there's several layers of shingles. And that's beyond my pay grade as far as, because I've never done a roof before, but I don't know if they're all concentrated just in that one area there, but boy, there's at least, got to be at least 3 layers. And I want to look up here. Oh yeah, there's at least 3 layers of roof on here. So the best thing a guy can do when you re-roof is to do a complete tear off and then put it on. It's more expensive, but it's the right way to do things. So that might be one thing, because the next time this roof has to be replaced, I can tell you it's not going to last as long as typical roofs would. And then the other thing is it's going to cost more money. All right, I'm done outside. Oh, let's go back and take a quick look here through this one-car garage. I really like the interior of the house. I just don't know if we could find a way to get another bath in there. But we've got fencing around here that you could maybe tie into for the dogs. Let's take a look here at this. This is really the best thing about this garage is it's really old and you could just tear it out and be done with it. But we are below grade on this, as you can see. We had to step down. And you can hear people in the alleyway here. But boy, I'll tell you what, this is every bit of, when you're doing exterior measurements, it's every bit of 10 foot. So this thing really doesn't have a lot of, I don't, you can do one car. I don't know that you could do more. So that is a concern. And somebody's really active talking out there. So the best thing about one of these, though, is theoretically you could tear it down too. So I'm going to try to get out here and see if we can't get out of the alley here. Howdy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm just doing a video tour here for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is your garage. This is theirs.
Yep.
Not much room.
Nope. And my understanding, we've always had a lot of stuff going on, is the base of the garage, either side is the lot line. So
It's right on the lot
Yeah.
line? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, all these houses are 100 years old, so
Yeah.
it's a little
yeah.
bit different back then.
Yeah.
So,
Do you like living in this area?
yeah, I've been here about 18 years.
Oh, I'd say you like living here.
So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a son that lives several blocks over this way.
Yeah.
They love it here.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, good. It's good to know.
Actually, that neighbor, he grew up in that home.
Oh, for
And
God's
then,
sakes.
moved out, parents sold a year, but, and then it came back up and they ended up buying it many years later. So,
Interesting. You got to have one of the few alleys that actually has some brand new concrete there.
well, it's because they have sewer issues
Oh.
and the alley has
Oh, I see it.
water lines.
You can see that cap on that street back
Yeah.
down there.
And actually, one good discovery, this side of the alley is houses were built in about the 30s, 40s. This side is about the 1950s, 1920s.
Okay.
And so, of course, mostly lead water lines. They won't do anything about it unless they're exposed. And so they tore that up. You see the lead lines.
Uh-huh.
So even though it's their sewer, it exposed lead water line. And in the alley was our property, that corner property, and then this corner, this property, their water lines ran through our yard.
Oh, wow.
So American Water came in and hired the contractor, and they left the lines in the ground, but we have a new,
They drilled new ones?
they drew, new, borrowed from here to our house, and then these two houses, they went out the front.
They went out the front?
Yeah.
On this house and
And
this
one,
one?
yep.
On the one here that I'm looking at?
Yeah.
So they got new water lines?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a brand new line going into the house. Now the sewer, I think that sewer still comes here.
It could very well.
It still it comes across to the property to
Yeah.
here, I think. Because
Did they have Orangeburg tile, do you know, or did...
I don't think this has Orangeburg here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Usually the older homes have clay tile.
Yeah,
but
and it's all clay.
It's all clay.
So, yeah. Yep. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
We're going to try to get you a good neighbor.
That'd be nice.